Morning YouTube. Today I'm going to be taking you through day in the life of a very amateur bodybuilder prepping for a bodybuilding competition. So it's going to be a bit of work, gym, cardio. So I'll take you through everything. First things first, I'm just waiting for me coffee to brew. I took my T3 and T4. Actually wake up and take my T4 during the night, which is thyroid support. So with that 5 minutes, and I've got injectable L-carnosine, which I'll take. Then I'll head off to the gym to do my cardio, do a little bit of posing practice, some stretching mobility work, then it's off to work. Right, so cardio boxed off, posing practice, a little bit of mobility work done at the gym this morning. This is meal one, 2 whole eggs, 200 grams egg whites, oats, 60 grams, 100 grams of berries. I actually freeze the oats overnight and just let them thaw out so they're nice and cool and thick and creamy for me to eat the first job if I don't get to have them at home. So yeah, I'm going to smash this, start the first job. Right, there is the problem. So it's going to want a new tile, nice and easy to sort, but yeah, I might have to get across town in a rush hour to get this, but we'll see. So just had to nip out that job to get the tiles. Phoned up one roofer's merchant. Yeah, we got them, come up and get them. We got 200, I only want 2, right? So get up there, half-hour drive, ain't got them, mate. So it's funny, I just spoke to you on the phone personally and you said, you've got them, come and get them. Yeah, we ain't got them. Don't know what you want me to do. So, all right, how about an apology? How about an offer of explanation? I'm sorry I've made a mistake. Sorry you've had a wasted journey. Like, I make an effort to be calm and, you know, just be nicer to people and, yeah, stuff like that. Just, that would have been the first time I used them and it will be the last. So, luckily, I found a place on the way back to the job which had to. They very kindly stuck them behind a counter, like the guy on the phone said he was going to do. Actually did what he said he was going to do, which is top marks in my book. So back to the job, get these fitted, and then it might be time for meal 2. Got that little repair done for 10 o'clock on the dot, which is exactly when I have meal 2, which is 150 salmon, 150 potatoes, asparagus in there. Put the asparagus in the air fryer with the potatoes, no, with the salmon, my bad. Yeah, and you get the salmon juices soak into the asparagus and it goes all crispy. So I'm gonna have this quick, and then on to the next job, which is just a little gutter repair, and then home. So nice, easy day, back for my pre-workout, and then it'll be a bit of legs. I feel like a right weirdo vlogging in public, but it is what it is, and many people do it now, so I feel weird about doing what you enjoy doing. So back really early from work today. It's actually 11:30 in the morning. So one of the dangers about being in prep or in a dieting phase is that you're doing extra cardio and fatigue builds up through being in a deficit, eating less food. So you move less throughout the day and then you burn less calories and then you hit plateaus. So one thing I like to do is, if I'm not working, is I like to get out and get a 10 to 20 minute walk after each meal. And I still keep my step count in place. Like, my coach doesn't have me have a step count, he just has me do half-hour fasted cardio currently. But I still keep the step count going, just as a target to hit each day, or at least as an average. Like, if I have a mega busy, heavy working day, I'm not going to worry too much about it because my job burns quite a lot of calories. But yeah, plus it's nice outside, it's hot, so yeah, I'll get some steps, listen to a bit of a podcast, and then get back, get showered because I'm absolutely covered in shit, and then it'll be pre-workout meal time. And I'm quite big on showering before I go to the gym on my job because there's nothing worse than someone stinking of BO in the gym. Not that I stink of BO, but yeah, it's just not nice, is it? And plus, I'm covered in, that sand and cement dust from my job. Yeah, dirt from people's roofs and that. So I don't really want to be going in. And I think if you've got a nice routine before going to the gym, like taking a shower, having a meal, having a coffee, it just sets you up for a really good workout. So I'm going to get this walk done, and I will catch you all later. Usual pre-workout: 80 gram hydro rice, 30 honey, 50 whey isolate. I put it all in the freezer to freeze it. Bit of YouTube on. Yes, I'm eating upstairs again because it's hot and we've got the air conditioning up here. I don't do well with heat. Like a tall espresso there as well. So get this down. Big leg session going in. 6 grains of salt and plenty of cinnamon on here. Right, so en route to the gym. Somehow, despite eating my top off, I still managed to spill food down me because I'm really good at doing that.
Welcome to today's voiceover, where I'll be talking you through my current leg day setup. This is an extremely taxing session, especially during prep.
Leg day coming.
But I thoroughly enjoy it, and the satisfaction it's done. For those of you that train legs hard, you'll understand. So, first exercise is adductors.
Let me know in the comments.
Now, just focus on getting a really good squeeze. On a moderate to heavy weight here, I'm using the prime piece, so all the resistance is at the lower part of the movement, so I can really focus on squeezing at the top. This is a kind of middle range rep range. I think I was aiming for 12 to 15 here, and I've got 2 sets to failure. And when I say failure, I mean failure, like I'm using a little bit of assistance on the last rep, because what built the muscle maintains the muscle. I trained very hard to get the muscle there in the first place, so I've got to train hard to maintain it. Absolutely love this seated hamstring curl by Panatta. Such a tight setup. You literally don't move. You can't cheat the rep range or anything. They're just all you kind of reps. So I'm just focused on really trying to squeeze the hamstrings, stretch out as much as is sensible to do so. These are quite heavy, so it's only a case that I'm aiming for 8 to 10 reps, and I think he has me doing 3 sets on here, 3 sets to failure. From there, we're straight into standing hamstring curls. This is a slightly lighter movement, higher rep range. This is aiming to be failing somewhere in the 15 to 20 rep range. This felt weirdly heavy today. I'm not sure why. Maybe the heat's been getting to me a bit, but yeah, just general fatigue. But yeah, it felt quite heavy, but it is a favourite movement of mine. I really do feel this in the hamstring again, just trying to concentrate on stretching out as much as possible at the bottom without taking the loads off of the hamstring and getting a good squeeze at the top, which, as you can see, I was just getting closer and closer to failure, and that was getting harder and harder to do. Next movement is the Cybex OG leg press. This is probably one of my favourite pieces in the gym. Definitely my favourite leg press to use of all time. Not going crazy heavy on head. Like, the aim is to build up to 20 reps with this kind of weight. I think I got 14 last week, and unfortunately I only got, I think it was 12 this week, which was a bit disappointing. Again, Like, I feel like I was hitting a better depth, so I'm kind of going to take that as a progression, because it's a progression in my form. So if I could be hitting this form and hitting 20 reps in the next few weeks to a couple of months on this, and repeating that for another set, that would be great. So again, there was 2 sets of this. You know, these taken to failure, which is very, very difficult for those of you that do know, that do train legs very hard. We're now on to the Atlantis hack squat. So just trying to focus on getting a little bit of a pause at the bottom, trying to take the momentum out. Not going crazy heavy on this, but aiming for just more reps. I've been stuck at around 7 reps. I can get a forced 8th rep with someone there. Unfortunately, I didn't have Robin or anyone that could spot me today, so it was the 7th, but I'm happy the set is taken to failure, and I'm not expecting crazy strength increases while food's getting lower and cardio's going up and fatigue's creeping in. Absolutely love this machine. It's so smooth. Yes, it's lighter than the other hack squat they got in there. What's the other one they got? That's the Cybex. Cybex is very heavy. I can probably only manage 2.5 plates on there, but I just love how smooth this is, and I think the angle's a bit kinder on my knees for some reason. Yeah, you can see I was absolutely seeing stars at the end of this set, so let's take a moment before I turn the tripod and the camera off. Prime leg extension next, 3 sets of 15 to 20. This is my first time using the Hustler pad, which just gives you more range of motion, especially at the bottom. It's quite a humbling experience, actually. Again, no crazy weights on here, just really focusing on getting a good contraction at the top, dragging from the quads rather than pushing and hurting my knees and focus on kicking. It's more dragging from the quads, just making them absolutely burn like someone's sticking daggers in them with every rep. Again, you just keep going with these and they just get more and more painful before eventually you do fail. Absolutely love using the Hustler pads. I have the resistance profile set. I think it's set in 3, so most of the resistance is at the bottom, so when I get to the top I can really focus on squeezing the quads as hard as I can. I have decent quads anyway, and it's little tactics like this I've used over the years that have built them to where they are now. Not saying they've not got a long way to go, but it's things like this that really have helped. Not my favourite exercise next, but it's the glute kickback machine. I got like a moderate amount of weight on here. It's 3 sets of 12 to 15. I'm just trying to focus on really controlling it on the way back, not using a load of momentum to kick it, really dragging the glute, squeezing it all the way, potentially trying to hold for a second at the top of each rep. And just focusing on that mind to muscle connection. Like everyone wants shredded glutes, deep lines in their glutes, but you've got to build the glutes first. Yeah, I like this camera positioning. It makes my legs look a lot grainier, drier and leaner than I think they actually are. So this is RDL with dumbbells. At this stage, I'm not trying to move any crazy weights, get injured, etc. This is just about really stretching the hamstrings out and really focusing on pulling up from the hamstrings and not the lower back. Yeah, potentially a bit of a glute squeeze as well, because you do get some glutes from this exercise. But yeah, it's just such a great exercise for, you know, your hamstrings. And one thing I'll say as well, if you ever see me recording in the gym, just feel free to walk through in front of my tripods. I won't be offended. You've got just as much right to be in there. It's not my personal filming studio, so honestly, feel free. I'm not going to get annoyed at you for doing so.
So that is legs done. I'm going to do 3 rounds of posing now. I'll only take you through one. 3 rounds of posing is non-negotiable, whether it's the off-season or prep. I promise if you're competing, you're probably not practicing posing enough. If you haven't started, I promise you start. It is one of the hardest things you'll have to get over. Oops. My random taste in music, I like just about anything from any decade, any era, pretty much. So that's legs boxed off. It is far too hot. I'm sat here in the van with the air conditioning flat out. Normally, I'm far too tight to put it on, but this weather is definitely an exception. So, a bit annoyed on the way out of the gym to come up. The lorry came out, stones flying out the back, so I got a stone chip in my windscreen, which I got to sort. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but such is life. Rant time before we start the post-workout meal. What is it with people hogging lanes at the moment? I'm only allowed to do 60 on my van on a dual carriageway, 70 on the motorway. So I'm going up lane 1 at 60 mile an hour, and I'm trying not to overtake everything in lane 2 and lane 3 going up the A23. What is that about? Anyone? So, without further ado, I've got my trusty bag from Temu, which was 16, 18 pound, whatever, full of ice packs. And we have the post-workout meal, which is 150, 95, 5% lean beef mince, 100 pineapple, and 90 rice, I believe. And hopefully we have our latte spoon. We do. So normally I'd go home, have a shower, sit in the cool and eat this because no one wants to be hot and sweaty eating. However, it's Friday, it's my weekend with the kids, so that means I've got to go get the kids. So I'll have this, get the kids, get home, then get showered, feed them, eat meal 5 with them, and spend the evening chilling. I'll probably record some more. So krill oil, magnesium, and vitamin C with this meal. Robin very kindly got this bottle that's kept my water ice cold, which is absolute luxury today. Vitamin C, chewable. Nice little sweet treat that is. So I'm going to have this. Probably rant on Instagram about something, and I'll see you a bit later on for the rest of the day. Meal 5 for me is 150 chicken, 50 rice, and green veggies, which is a little bit of cucumber and courgettes. What have you guys got? You got some homemade battered fish that Robin's done.
Hot.
It's very hot. Robin's struggling. So we're gonna have this as a family. I've got to go and pick up an espresso machine off Facebook Marketplace because I'm cheap and can't bother to buy a new one. Then we'll decide on something to watch, and we'll see you for meal 6. So final meal 6. I've been dozing upstairs while we've been watching Murder Mystery. Not that I've been watching it. Got 8 egg whites, spinach, 1 whole egg. Poverty portions for me. I'm not that enthusiastic about this meal, so I just like to get it down and get to sleep. Usual 6 grams of salt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always use the same salt grinder. Don't change grinders because you'll get a different amount of salt. So that's me, and then you've got a creamy.
I've got a creamy and some extras. The ice creams are not for me.
They're for the kids.
They're for the kids.
So we don't neglect them. They get meal 6 as well. Well, it's not meal 6 for them, and it's not meal 6 for Robin.
No, it's not meal 6 for me.
So,
but I'm excited for my creamy. And it's nice to go back into the room that has the AC.
yeah, we're going to be discussing and eat in a room with the AC in bed. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. That's a very typical day in the life at the moment on prep. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and I'll see you at some point in the future.